I am ready.
Alright, hello, welcome all. Welcome one, welcome all. Another week of pick'ems, week 3. After week 2, I don't have the actual scoreboard pulled up. I know I'm in last, but I can pull it up.
Oh, man. I am in pain. Last week was painful. While you pull it up, I can explain. Listen.
I got it here.
I got shit on in pick'ems. I lost my quarterback Trey Lance in like 2 fantasy leagues. And I had Darnell Mooney put up a dud, so I lost.
You didn't do as bad as Kai did in Pick'ems, though.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah, no, I'm a god still, so like, I still retain some
I'll say
dog
this. His pick'ems weren't that bad, because he's still in first place in points and record.
Thank God.
So yeah. So number 1 is Raccoon with 139 with an 18 and 13 record. 2's Asian with 135, 17 and 14. So you're literally 4 points in a game back. 3rd is Mook with 121 and a 15 and 16 record. And 4th is me, Herbert Rainbow Sherbert, 114 points with a 14 and 17 record. And yeah, it was a painful week. I remember looking after the first set of games on Saturday, and I only called Jacksonville right, which I only put 1 point on. So I had the 4 from KC, the 1 from Jacksonville. I had 5 points after half the games were played.
I hate Jacksonville. I mean,
man,
Coon, they're having
after half
telling you, I'm
was
sticking
played,
with it.
I don't care if they're away record. No, they should stop beating the Colts. I didn't want to, and I wouldn't have felt good about it. So you know what? I stand by my pick.
Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and read it out. We're not in a money league fantasy-wise, but the Twitch league has a belt. An Asian owns the belt, and he loves getting a chance to show it off, Foxy.
This is what they're fighting for this year.
Yeah, there's the champ. The Yahoo Pick'ems League we just do for fun because, I mean, it's fun to sit here and talk the games and do pick'ems, but...
Wait. I have a Pick'em trophy. It can be this one. This was from our old league.
No, it definitely can't be that one.
That's Coon.
No, that's not a thing. That's not a thing.
I could win it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's not even from Pick'ems either. So
It's the new trophy for Pick'ems.
I think we need to remove the
Asian
previous champion then.
You can get unlimited for
Oh, I won last year.
They didn't. No, that happened. No one won. No.
Yeah, so I won last year, so you know.
I mean, but that's Mook's name on the trophy.
Remember me and Mook 100% bought for like, oh, we'll each go a different pick, and then I never
that's Mook's name on the trophy,
switched my
though.
pick, so I lost.
Well, I just think it's weird they put Mook's name on the trophy. Is all I'm saying.
That was the fantasy champion of 2020. That was me.
My in-town league is a money league with, I think is it 10 or 12, Mook?
10.
It's a 10-man and it's a $25 entry. So one league is money, the other is the Yahoo league that I care about way more is just pride and championship.
Year Parrish trying to do this league as a money league though. Because
Yeah,
he was trying to do it this year, but like word got around too late for it to be a money league.
But he also only wanted the buy-in to be $10, which
I know.
wouldn't have been too bad.
But
So
either way, Coon's in first for now.
Yes, Coon.
Forever.
Coon is in first for
You're
now.
not ready for the pick this week.
We have not had a league yet where the Pick'ems leader has remained the same all year. I remember
I had a strong like 4 weeks, I think.
I remember last year I was in first all the way till like the last week, and Diablo jumped me. Back when Diablo did Pick'ems.
Diablo.
Oh, I was so disappointed. I was like, Diablo ain't catching me, and like the last week he jumped me by like 2 points. I was so upset. But anyways, The Thursday nighter this week, Gage, we get to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers right off the bat. Going to Cleveland.
Listen, we're the underdog in this game. It's going to be an ugly game. Neither team can really pass the ball. Matt Canada might be the worst offensive coordinator in the NFL.
Or Hackett.
So,
I mean,
is the line 3.5? Because Cleveland
4.5.
Okay, so they're giving Cleveland an extra point on top of being at home.
The only good thing about losing this game would be hopefully the Kenny Pickett era would begin. I don't think the Kenny Pickett era is going to begin until after our bye week, which is week 8, I think. That being said, did y'all see what Cleveland just did last week? They blew a 99.9% chance to win the game.
Oh, you mean normal Cleveland things?
So normal Cleveland things are going to happen this Thursday night, and even though Pittsburgh shouldn't win, they're going to find a way to win the game, or Cleveland's going to find a way to lose the game. So I chose Pittsburgh, and I don't remember what the confidence is. 8 confidence, because that's the way it fell this week.
Yeah, honestly, that's how most of my confidence is going.
You know, the Browns finding new ways to lose football games. Nothing new there. The cycle repeats itself.
Do you want to go?
I was just gonna say I took Pittsburgh with 2 confidence for all the reasons Asian said. I trust Pittsburgh as a franchise that normally has a winning record, and the Cleveland Browns find a new way to shoot themselves in the foot, and you know it'd be another chapter in the Cleveland Pittsburgh story.
99.9% chance to win, and they somehow lose that game
to the Jets of all teams. So,
they're supposed to have a good defense, and they give up 2 wide open plays.
You know, and I'll say this: I only put 2 on this game because if Cleveland does win, well, then it's just 2 points. But if Pittsburgh wins, then you know I'll feel good that I called it.
Wow. I put 9 on Pittsburgh. I have no faith in Cleveland. They're ass, and they're gonna be ass for a while. So yeah, no, nothing new.
Are you just saying that because you lost in Survival League because of them?
No, I just don't like Cleveland. You know, first, I already didn't like Cleveland. I thought maybe they could win. Yeah, I didn't feel safe with that pick, but I'm like, this is the one week I'm gonna like the Jets or the Browns, and they proved me wrong to not like them ever. So,
Alright, so I went back and forth on this game. I was like, man, I do not know who to pick. I'll probably piggyback off Asian, but because my thing was, I agree what you said. I don't like the throwing position. Their offense for throwing, I don't like it. But the Browns have Nick Chubb. And Nick Chubb is a monster.
I don't think you're going to get runner to get to that defense, but I will say this could very much be a...
Well, I think this is going to be...
We see a Chubb and Hunt run 25 times each game.
I think this is going to be a super low-scoring game, but I'm going to take the Browns with 3. I'll ride this train alone. They can't possibly go 2 weeks in a row, right?
3 weeks.
Listen, when Patty Daddy scores 3 touchdowns, Pat Freiermuth to be exact, and on 5 catches, because that's all he needs. It's gonna be glorious.
Anything else y'all want to add about the Browns or the Steelers? All right.
Pat Freiermuth is a god. That's all.
Well, we'll move along to. This is the first game on the list, and it's one nobody really wants to talk about. Houston's going to the Chicago Bears.
Start us off. I put 10 on the Bears beating the Texans. Like I said, confidence is spelled every other way this week, and this is one where I'm like, well,
10?
I mean, I don't like putting 10 on this game, but that's how I felt, and, you know, that's how we're rolling with it. Bear down. Neither team's going to have a defense, probably, and I think there's going to be a lot of running, and Chicago has better, in my opinion, like, committee-wise, but I do like Pierce a lot more. But But I don't know. I like Chicago. This is their week to turn things around for them. Their passing game, if they're going to turn around ever. And you know what? This is their last chance. Bear down.
So yeah, I put 8 on the Texans. It's a little higher than I maybe would have liked it to, but like, I'm not putting any points on Chicago till they show me that they trust Justin Fields. He's thrown the ball 25 times in 2 weeks. That's like considerably lowest in the league. The Bears' offense looks just they look atrocious. At least with Houston, I know what I'm getting with Pierce, and they trust Davis Mills. You got Brandon Cooks. I don't love Houston, but I like what they have a lot more than what I'm seeing in Chicago. So I'm putting 8 on the Houston Texans to get a win.
Chicago 1 week 1 though, you know?
Yeah, in the monsoon.
yeah.
Tua had more completions against Baltimore than Justin Fields has in attempts this year.
Yeah, but Tua, you can't compare that. Tua's different. He has an O-line, he has receivers, he has running backs, he has a team. These are 2 trash can teams going against each other, so that's why.
I'll go ahead and go next.
What?
I said I'll go ahead. Go next. I would have bear down. I put 13 on the Bears.
Wait, how many on the Bears?
The Texans.
Let's go, Bear down.
Bear down.
Yeah, bear down.
See, my thinking is the Bears are pissed off. They just visited their father, Aaron Rodgers, and it did not go well.
Yeah, they didn't impress Daddy Rodgers.
He still owns them, and now they're pissed about it, and they're going to the Texans. They're going to take it out on the poor Texans. Yeah, the poor
Texans, and they're going to be like, yo, you know what whose field this is? This is Justin's field.
Yeah,
you come to my home stadium.
You come to my home stadium.
Yo, Luke, I think we're on to something here.
I got one on Houston. The Bears aren't anything special. They haven't shown anything. They haven't shown anything this year at all. Like, there's no there's a slight heartbeat with their run game, but that's about it. And yeah, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be a run game for both teams. I am starting Dameon Pierce because I think this will be his breakout game against Chicago, and I put 1 on that. So 1 on Houston.
Oh man, we gave this game.
Well,
go ahead, Mook.
Well, you know, it joke's on you whenever Mooney gets like 2 or 3 touchdowns in that game.
If I saw that top 7 wide receiver potential, you're gonna be sitting there like, God damn, Kula's right. I don't know what to say.
Look, Kuhn, if Mooney has like a 15-point game, I will come on this podcast next week and give you credit. Because he looks very droppable. Like, if I had him, I would have said, get the fuck off my team.
The only way I'm giving Kuhn credit on, and Mook credit on this, if Houston loses by 2 touchdowns or more.
Oh, baby, don't you know? 2 of those touchdowns go Mooney. Easy.
Anyway.
Alright, we spent way too much time on this
I
game.
think we spent an appropriate amount of time on that game. Wouldn't you say, Mook?
We probably could have said more about how
honestly,
the Bears were.
We could have said more about how great the Bears are.
I will say, I thought I was crazy with 8 points, and then I hit double digits on the Bears. The next game, the Las Vegas Raiders go into the Tennessee Titans. I put 9 on Vegas. I don't know what either of these teams are. Vegas seems like they just let one slip to Arizona last week. Like, Kyler just took over.
That was a great time in my life.
The worst part was, I don't know if you did you actually watch the end of the game?
I didn't get to see it. I saw the end of, the fumble return.
Well, Renfro fumbled 2 plays in a row. He fumbled the play before that, too. but he got
Well,
back on
thank
it.
you, bro. I appreciate you.
At least I know Vegas has an offense. Tennessee just looks out of sorts. They got blown out Monday night. They lost to the Giants. The King don't look like the King. They don't look like they can put up any points. They look like they're just missing AJ Brown. At least with Vegas, I feel like they are a competent team, and I feel like they're gonna go into Tennessee and get their first win. And I'm basically putting the 9 on just saying that I feel Vegas is a competent team, why I feel like Tennessee's fixing to be on the rebuild scale.
I put 11 on Vegas. Tennessee looks like shit, sadly. Tana Daddy looks like Tana Grandpa now, and just who's the number one? Oh, that's right. You couldn't tell me. They're tight end. That's not even the number one.
It's Burks, I think.
Oh yeah, Burks. And Burks. I mean, I like Burks, but that team's not winning anything. That team's not competing. They're losing games, and they're not even able to use Derrick Henry because there's not a big enough threat at wide receiver for them to run play action. So
it's either Burks or Robert Woods.
Yeah, and they haven't used Robert Woods, so yeah, it's not even close. 11 on Vegas, and that's a confident 11.
I put 8 on the Raiders. It's been a tough train to ride the Raiders train since I rode them back-to-back weeks and lost both. But Tennessee's look like shit. You have already said that, and I agree.
I'll say this: the main problem with Vegas is they just look like when they get to the red zone, they're not turning it into points. Like they're getting down the field, they're getting into the red zone. It just feels like they're not scoring when they make it to the red
zone. Raiders are only a -1 favorite. I feel like Tennessee, this is a must-win. They're kind of in desperation mode right now. That being said, I don't know. Every time I want to count Tennessee out and agree with something like what Raccoon said, Tennessee always just comes back out and Derrick Henry just has like a monster game, or Tannehill just has a pretty good game. I put 6 on the Raiders just because of how that points fell. I wish I could move it down lower, but I'm gonna go with 6 with the Raiders. I hope Devontae Adams and Derek Carr has a bounce back game.
I will say with Tennessee, it feels like every time I have them as big favorites to win, and I'll put like 15 on them, they choke the game.
It.
And then, if I don't put much on them and I predict them to lose, they come out and so I could definitely see Derrick Henry coming out and putting up like a 30 burger or something. All right, we're moving to Kansas City, going to Indy. Yeah, I put 14 on the Chiefs. The Chiefs look like they're trending up and everything. They didn't look perfect in the Thursday nighter, but they still won it. They look like, Mahomes looks like Mahomes. They're still a big play offense, even though none of the receivers seem to necessarily be breaking out. But Mahomes and Kelsey's real. Kansas City seems to be trending up, being one of the best in the league, while Indy's got a bunch of injuries they're working through, and it kind of feels like a dumpster fire in Indy, so 14 on KC.
Put 12 on KC. I mean, the only way I see Indy beating the Chiefs is through Jonathan Taylor, and I don't think that they can keep it close enough where the Chiefs are just going to outscore the Colts and they're going to force Matt Ryan to throw the ball. And I don't trust that. 12 on the Chiefs.
We can pray that Pity City's back. That would
I was going to say, I feel a lot less confident if Pity City's back, because Pity, he has a massive presence. But I put 7 on the Chiefs. This could be one of those games where Indy just steals one, but I don't think it will be. That's the only reason I put low confidence on it. But 7 on KC, they should win this. Indy hasn't looked good.
I put 16 on the Chiefs. I just like the Chiefs more than the Colts right now.
I will say, keep in mind that KC did get the extra couple days of rest because they played on Thursday last week. Was that
it would be a good thing or a bad thing to teams?
If I could put 17 on them, I would.
Really? That confident?
Yes.
Oh
You want to
wait,
make a bet
wait.
on that game?
Was this all your confidence?
Yeah.
Yes.
The next game on the docket is Buffalo at Miami. Yeah, I only put 1 on Buffalo. Miami's offense scares me. I actually think they might be able to stick toe-to-toe with Buffalo. I mean, Buffalo's looked pretty unstoppable, but they've played a Rams team that looks like it's not right, and a Titans team that looks like it's not right. So I do got Buffalo winning, but I only got 1 on it. I only got 1 on it because, like I said, Buffalo looks great, but I feel like Miami is going to be the best team that they have played all season, and I'm ready to see them stand up to that test. But I wouldn't be shocked if Miami pulls it off, especially at home.
Oh, great minds think alike. Silas to put 1 on Buffalo. Yeah, these teams are both hot. Like, they're riding very hot, like, waves of momentum. I mean, this will be a fun fantasy game. And this game will just be an overall fun game to watch. It could go either way. I put 1 on Buffalo because I'm giving Josh Allen the nod. And yeah, that's it.
This is my shootout game of the week. Well, one of the multiple
B1.
that I have.
B1.
Yeah. Well, I think there's going to be, like, no defense in this game whatsoever. I think there's going to be, like, a 99 score to a 99... Well, not literally, but, like, maybe, like, 56 to 59. Some bizarre numbers. But I got the Bills coming out on top with 1 confidence.
Oh, 1 confidence, baby.
I'm gonna have to rework these confidence. I might have way too much in this. I've watched some of the Bills games because I'm a Diggs owner, so I've been watching their games and they've been on primetime. Their defense is doing something that I've never really seen. They hardly ever blitz, and they only rush 4 and drop everyone back into coverage. It's something I haven't really seen. It's been pretty effective for the Bills in getting pressure and covering at the same time. I told Para this last night, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to pick the Bills until they lose, and then I'm going to pick the Bills again.
Yeah, because off of a loss, they normally destroy who they play afterwards.
So I'm taking the Bills. I have 9 on it right now. I think the trend is, Dolphins kind of showed their hand, and a lot of people are going to maybe lean towards the Dolphins, but the Bills are the Super Bowl favorite for a reason. Josh Allen is a different breed of quarterback than Tua. I don't see a way where Miami's defense can stop Buffalo's offense, but I see a way where Buffalo's defense can stop Miami's offense.
Like I said, I will say, and the trend with Buffalo last year was they beat down teams that they were better than, and when they ended up in an even match with someone, oftentimes they'd come out on like the losing end of that. But like I said, I don't know how good exactly Miami is yet, so I'm very excited to see this game though. I feel like in the morning slot, this is probably the most interesting game that's going on.
Yeah, I need Chase Edmonds to do something. Show me he's alive.
Oh, he's alive. He's taking tips from the gas, man.
Yeah, last week week 1 they used Chase Edmonds. Week 2 they used Mostert. Now it's time for him to use the gas man. But all right, the next one. We have to go to Mook first, team, because it's the Detroit Lions going to the Minnesota Vikings. Mook's dark horse Super Bowl pick. Not even dark horse. He just said they're going. But, the frisky Lions, Mook, what do you think?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because this is my shootout V2 game of the week. I think Amon-Ra and Justin Jefferson are about to pop off. That's what I'm feeling. And I think it's going to be another high-scoring game, and I think the Lions come out on top, and they take the division.
Yeah, we could have fun.
I will. I will.
Anyway, this is my highest predicted game. I had 16 on Minnesota. Detroit's ass. They have an offense and no defense, and then Minnesota has an offense and a defense. So, it's not hard to predict this. Minnesota has arguably the best receiver. Arguably, you can argue. I'm not saying he is. On their team, they still got Dalvin. They have everything, and there's no reason they should lose this game. They've looked good. Against the Lions, especially.
I got 7 on Minnesota. Yeah, they're at home. I'm thinking this will be a bounce back from the Eagles game. I like what Detroit has offensively, but I feel like the only way Detroit's going to win games is shootout. And I think that Minnesota will keep Detroit in check. It is a division game. I wouldn't be, absolutely just horribly shocked if Detroit wins this game, but I feel like Minnesota's the smart option here. Home game, coming off of a loss. Kirk Cousins not in prime time anymore. So yeah,
I feel a big bounce back week.
I will say, I feel like this is the week Dalvin's gonna pop off.
Yeah, as I said, I feel a big bounce back week for Dalvin.
And I feel like we're gonna see just the space between Minnesota and Detroit. But I do like Detroit's offense, and I do think Detroit will keep it competitive with the high score.
Well, Mook, since I know how much you love your stats, you know how Aaron Rodgers is Chicago's Chicago's daddy? Well, Kirk Cousins is basically Detroit's daddy. He's 7-2 against Detroit, dating all the way back to when he played for Washington. Has 119.9 passer rating, over 2,500 yards, and 19 touchdowns to just 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he pulled out the stats.
I see. Yeah, about the stat.
I am taking the Vikings. I may have to go higher confidence on this. I thought I was too high with my 10, but I may have to go higher on this one.
Don't worry, I'm the highest you can be. So
as of right now, it is 10 confidence, but take those stats for your ass.
A huge win if the Lions win.
I'll say this: Mook is 1-1 on the Lions this year. He hadn't picked against them all year. Oh man. Well, Mook, do you got anything to say about those stats before I move on?
yeah.
Yeah, he's dead silent. All right, I guess we're moving on. Baltimore is going to New England. Yeah, speaking of big confidence, this is my 16-point game. Y'all know I like Baltimore. Y'all know I'm not big on New England. I mean, you got a defensive guy running the offense. I feel like Baltimore is going to easily win this game. I feel like this game's going to get ugly, and it's going to get ugly quick. So, 16 on the Ravens.
Well, great minds think alike, because I have 16 on Baltimore. I mean, the Patriots' offense is horrible. Baltimore defense isn't that bad. They got too cocky against Miami, and they lost that game. But I think they're going to want a get-right game, and against the Patriots, I think they can do it in 16 on that.
I put 8 on Baltimore. I didn't go as high because I'm not as confident. I feel a trap game here, but that's just me. No one else feels it, obviously. And yeah, that's all. But still took Baltimore, put 8 on them. That's still a sizable chunk of points, so.
I put 11 on the Ravens. I think that they're kind of upset about last week, and hopefully they get it. Hopefully they don't let another comeback happen, but I think that shouldn't happen.
I don't think the Patriots has the offense to make that kind of comeback if they get up that big.
Yeah, but I think the Patriots
I'll
have that kind of defense to keep it close, possibly.
If they make that kind of comeback, it would be the game of Mac Jones' life.
Someone's life.
Yeah. All right, the next game on here is Cincinnati going to the New York Jets. I I got 13 on Cincy.
start.
Oh, go ahead, Mook. Go ahead.
I was like, I can start us off.
He's about to take the fucking.
This motherfucker is about to be cheering Jets.
Jets, Jets. I take the Jets with 5 confidence points.
Oh my god, no.
You know, the Jets are coming off a very hot win, and Cincinnati's coming off two losses. And until they get it together, I'm willing to bet it. I'm willing to go against them, and I'm gonna say the Jets are gonna win. And I don't know if this is gonna be a shootout like how it was last year, or if it's just gonna be a low-scoring game. But I have the Jets.
All right, Mook. Are you ready for this? I got 13 on the Bengals. If they lose this game, then I'm just going to have to say that Cincinnati's ass. I just cannot imagine Cincinnati just not getting it together. I mean, the Jets don't have a Micah Parsons. They don't have a defense as physical as the Steelers. Like, yeah, the Jets won last week in a game that they were 99% predicted to lose. I don't love Joe Flacco there. I love the young receivers around and the backs, but I mean, this is a must-win for Cincinnati. They're they're coming off of the Super Bowl. If they go 0-3, their season may as well be done. Now, I'm worried about Burrow getting sacked and not making it through the end of the year, but this has got to be a get-right game. Like, I think Burrow's putting up big numbers, and Mixon's gonna get the run game going, and I think it's just gonna be a game where Cincinnati says, "Look, we're here and relax."
Is anybody getting deja vu about this game? Because didn't Mike White beat Cincinnati last year?
He did.
In a high-scoring game?
Yes.
Stop bringing up old statistics.
Look, I'll say this. I brought up the old statistics last year with Tennessee running all over Buffalo. It didn't mean nothing Monday night.
I will say this. I mean, the one thing the Bengals have a problem is protecting Joe Burrow in the sack game. And the one thing that New York Jets is not really that good at this year is getting to the quarterback. So I think this is a get-right game for the Bengals. I think they protect Burrow decently. I don't think he remains upright the whole game, but I think they protect him decently enough to win the game. I put 11 on this game.
I put 12 on Cincy. I mean, this is their get-right game. Like, this is... If they don't win this game, then I don't see them winning other games. And, I mean, they have too much talent to not win. That's hot. Everything else has kind of been said. The Jets are the Jets.
Yes, and
hopefully Garrett Wilson, you can pop off for me. I got you in fantasy now.
And I'll add one other tidbit about the Jets, Mook. I don't think the Jets won that game as much as the Browns lost that game.
Yeah, no, the Browns definitely threw like the Browns always do.
I mean, did you see how open Corey Davis was on that TD for the onside? There wasn't a Jet cornerback within like 15 yards of that guy.
I mean Brown.
Yeah.
But I'm just more worried about how Cincinnati's looking right now because they're not clicking, and until they do, I'm gonna pick the other team.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. You did put low confidence on it. I don't hate it. I can't ride off Cincy yet. Alrighty, we're going to Washington as the Philadelphia Eagles go into Commander Carson's house.
Man, two of my favorite teams.
I think crucially not
Go ahead, leave this one out.
This one was hard because I have a lot of love for teams that's just happened over the course of like 2 years. But the heart wants the heart wants, and Jalen Hurts is a dark horse MVP candidate who's about to walk into Washington and continue to prove that he is the franchise quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. I put 2 on Philly. I can see us go either way, but I'm giving a nod to Philadelphia because I like Hurts more. and they have a really stacked roster, honestly. And Washington has a really stacked roster too, in my opinion. So it's gonna be a good game. Philly 2 points, and hopefully we get a shootout here because that's what I'm hoping to see.
This is potentially my shootout third V3. I say potentially because I can see it either going one of two ways. It being a shootout with the Eagles winning, or the Eagles just dominating and winning. And I have 15 on the Eagles. That's just kind of the way my confidence fell. Like, the Eagles just... They look very dominant right now in the games that we've seen them in. And Washington, well, Carson, he's been looking pretty good. And that's why I think it's potentially could be a shootout. But yeah, I got 15 on the Eagles.
Oh, wow.
Did you say 15? Damn.
I did. Yeah, that's kind of where the confidence fell.
As I'm seeing in chat, caw, fly, Eagles, fly.
Double.
I got 10 on the Eagles. Look, Carson's look good, but he's still making a lot of mistakes. Jalen Hurts,
my boy.
I am happy to admit I am wrong. Jalen Hurts looks great, and why I don't know exactly how great Philly is. They know what they are. They're going to run the ball at you. They're going to run Jalen, and they're going to only make him throw as many times as needed. They're not sitting back there making him throw 40, 50 times a game. They know what they have. They built around it. I feel like Philly's a lot better team than I may have thought, and Jalen Hurts is definitely showing me because I was not sure about him at the beginning of the year. 10 on the Eagles.
That was music to my ears.
I'm still not sold on Jalen Hurts. I know
you will be.
I know he was like 26 to 31 and only missed 5 passes, but the thing is, what I keep saying about Jalen Hurts is what I'm not convinced in him is his consistency. The week before that, he was like 18 of 35 or something like that, so around 50%. So I just need him to show more consistency of the better games like he has. That being said, I think I told Raccoon this. I compared Carson Wentz to Blake Bortles. You get 3 quarters of absolutely nothing from Carson Wentz, and in that fourth quarter, he comes out and decides to play like an all-star.
Blake Bortles is a national treasure.
I don't think you could go 3 quarters of no good football against the Eagles, so I put 13 on the Eagles.
Oh man, Blake Bortles is so fucking amazing for fantasy, at least. That shit was the funniest thing ever.
I will say the one question I have left about Jalen Hurts, and I'm sure it'll be answered later in the season. I want to see how he plays when they don't have a lead and they can't run the ball. Like, I want to see if they're losing a game 21-7. Can he make the throws and get them back in the game? That's my one question left. And wait, while we're on, because we've already talked about the game, more music to your ears, Kuhn. 2 has proven me wrong as well. Passing leader in the NFL after 2 weeks. I mean, those are the 2 QBs I had real questions about, and they're both.
I like both of them.
Yeah, they're both proving me wrong, and I'm really liking both of them.
I gotta give credit to the head coach, Mike McDaniel, because Tua did throw 2 interceptions in the first half, and they were getting blown out. They could have easily kind of blamed it on Tua, thrown the game away, but he still believed in Tua, still threw the ball downfield, stretched it, used his star players, and won the game. So
now, I will say on a fantasy value, I played Jalen Hurts this week, so I either played Jalen Hurts or Carson Wentz. So if in a perfect world, this game's like a 7-10 game. I don't think it will be, but
To add, you want to see Jalen when he's down. Jalen doesn't go down. He only leads games. He doesn't have any points games where he's going to be under because he's just that good.
Well, then if he is, then Philly's gonna become a favorite real quick.
I knew that's what you were gonna say.
What?
Yeah, because I think Jalen Hurts is a god.
That Jalen will always be leading.
Oh man, we get to talk about the Saints. Woo!
Can I ask before we get into it about the Saints? Is Lattimore? Is he suspended for a game, or did he just get? Okay.
New Orleans is going to Carolina. Look, this is just me being a homer. I put 15 on the Saints. I don't feel confident in Winston with his broken back, with his 4 broken bones in his back. That being said, it's Baker Mayfield. I'm gonna fade the shit out of Baker. Like, I might have to toaster bath if we somehow manage to lose to Baker Mayfield after watching him the last 2 weeks. Like, if our defense is good, the defense alone should win this game. I think whatever backs out there, Kamara, Ingram, either one of them should have a big day. Michael Thomas has shown that he's Michael Thomas. Olave, Jarvis. I feel like the Saints should have a bounce-back day. And hopefully put together 4 quarters of football. Because we've only seen one really good fourth quarter. And the Tampa game was close, and they just completely shot themselves in the fourth quarter. But I got big confidence on my boys. Mostly because they're playing Baker Mayfield.
Great minds think alike. I got 15 on the Saints as well. I already didn't like Carolina. I don't like Baker as the quarterback right now. I mean, I wish he panned out, but I don't like him. I haven't liked him for a while. And to top it all off, Asian and me were chilling Paris stream a couple days ago. We were talking football, and Perry decides to pull up Carolina's, their game, their highlights and such. And Carolina could not catch a fucking football to save their goddamn life. It was the most pathetic shit ever. So that just solidified me not liking them even more. I think any quarterback play from New Orleans is better than the play that you're going to get out of the whole team of Carolina.
Does Jameis's broke ass back concern you?
It does, but I still think that this New Orleans team can easily beat the Carolina Panthers through defense.
Yeah, I think so as well. I like DJ Moore in Carolina. All the others, no.
I like DJ Moore. I like Christian McCaffrey.
I like, dude, C-Mac hasn't looked like C-Mac. I'm starting to get a little concerned. I don't know if that's
he doesn't look bad.
I don't know if that's just the Baker effect, but...
He hasn't looked bad. He just hasn't looked like, oh my god.
I'll say this: how long? Before we go, how long does Carolina have to lose before we see a Sam Darnold running out onto the field and a dejected Baker on the bench?
I think the next week. If they lose this week and they lose next week, we could see it.
Fair enough.
I have 9 on the Saints. I mean, me personally, I think both offenses are struggling. But I kind of like the Saints a little bit better. Man, I thought 15 was a little bit high. Because I could see the Panthers coming out and just winning this. Because Baker has kept all his games close. He hasn't won, but he's kept them close at least.
Become the talk of the town here.
So...
Yeah, I was gonna say. Can you pull up who he's played so far?
He still kept him close.
Against teams that were not even a.
Oh, I mean, the Saints
are pretty Giants. Yeah, the Giants are pretty baller, you know.
Jameis is a little bit hurt. And Alvin Kamara a little bit banged up. Not injured, just banged up.
The Saints have a defense. And the Panthers don't have an offense. That's my whole thought process.
I only have 7 on the Saints, and my thought process is I'm worried about Jameis's back. I'm a little bit worried about Kamara's rib. And I still believe C-Mac is a special player, and C-Mac could have a C-Mac type of game. That being said, 7 on the Saints. But those are the reasons why I'm not higher.
I did say that this was a homer pick when I made it, so... Oh, man, okay. We're going to Los Angeles as Jacksonville takes on the Chargers. Hear me out. I said Jacksonville would have a winning record this season. You know, and I got Wolfie in my chat shit talking the Jags. That being said, they have a winning record. They're not winning this week. I got 11 on the Chargers. Unless Herbert's out. If I hear Herbert's out, that 11's going on Jacksonville. Because I don't think Chase Daniels is beating the Jaguars. I do think they have a winning record. I think they have an easy schedule. This is not one of the easy games, though. And I think the Chargers are premium in the AFC. And I don't count losing a game to the Kansas City. I don't think losing a game to Kansas City makes you a bad team. So I will ride Rainbow Herbert Sherbert and the Chargers.
Is Herbert hurt?
Herbert
Didn't he get hurt?
Yes, but he is on track to play right now. If he's not on track,
rib cartilage fracture, I think, is what Herbert has.
He's day to day. They said it wasn't as serious as it could be. They said he's practicing. He looks on route to play. If he don't play, I'll tell you. If he don't play, I'm absolutely effed in fantasy this week.
If he don't play, I'm changing my pick as well. With that said, I put 6 on the Chargers. I love the Chargers, but I am scared about injury. I'm scared about how much it's going to affect him. I know he gutted it out last week and played really good ball still. I don't like people playing through injuries, though. If I was the coach, I would much rather sit him this week. This is a game where, you still can win if you sit him. But with that said, I put 6 on the Chargers, only because the injury does concern me a little bit.
Did you see
I could see him going and sitting on the bench at some point in the game if he needs to.
Did you see him throw that dart in the last 2 minutes with the injury? I forget who he threw the TD to. I think it might have been the Palmer TD. But he threw it.
I did not get to watch it, sadly.
It was weird. He had a chance to run for a first down, and he didn't. You could tell the ribs were hurting him. Then he comes out the next play, and he just darted like a 20-yard laser, just boom!
Mr. Herbert, my boy.
Now, I will say, Jacksonville is coming off a shutout of the Colts, though. Straight shut their asses down.
Yeah, but Los Angeles isn't the Colts.
This is real, and that's what I'm saying. This is not one of the easy games on there.
I think that was more of just the Colts just playing terrible. Or Matt Ryan playing terrible.
Look, I will say, I
bet you the Colts are looking at Commander Carson right now. Like, the picture, the beam. Batman looking at the picture. Like, we had this.
I
told you.
I was talking to Mook, and I was like, well, Mook, we need a pickup. Those Colts targets gotta go somewhere. And they went nowhere.
Yeah, they went to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it seems like they went to the Jaguars. Something else.
Yeah, continue, y'all.
I got 14 on the Chargers. This is with Herbert playing. If Herbert doesn't, I'm probably going to be switching the Saints game confidence and moving over to the Jaguars with 7. But the rib injury does concern me a little bit, but if he's out there, then I'm guessing he's out there with some kind of pain relief medication, and he's not going to feel a thing. So until he gets hit by one of their linemen, then he might feel something. But I like the Chargers. I like their offense. I like Eckler. I like Mike Williams, Palmer. I like their defense.
I might be back on track to play, too.
I think it's going to be a test for Kirk this week. I want to see if Jackson follows him. I'm not too big into whether cornerbacks follow or stay in their side of the field which one J.C. Jackson is. But it'll be an interesting game to see Christian Kirk can continue his...
Christian Kirk, I need it, boy.
continue that contract validation.
I will say, I do think Keenan Allen's going to play. I think the only reason he didn't play was because they were on a short week last week.
Yeah.
Did Mook get
So I got... Okay. No, I didn't. So I got 12 on the Chargers. I really like the Chargers here, but I can see this being a game Jacksonville wins, even with Herbert in. I can see it being more of a Charger, like they blew it, instead of, like they start off with the decent lead, and then just
so they cleaned it up.
I was gonna say the Chargers blowing a lead. What would be new about that? They actually do that more often than you would think.
Yeah, I think that's how Jacksonville would win if Herbert did play. And then if Herbert didn't, then I think that the Jags would just win.
Oh, trust me.
Because right now, they seem like they were starting to click whenever they were smacking up on the Colts.
Oh,
You know, maybe new life. But I'm still going to take the Chargers with 12 for right now. And if Herbert's not playing, I'll switch over.
Oh, trust me. I'm a Trevor Lawrence truther. I think Jacksonville will have a winning record this year. I wish I could take them this week. The Chargers are like the cream of the crop of the AFC. I just can't bring myself to pick Jacksonville over the Chargers.
I see. You know what that kind of reminds me of? What? Last year, the Bengals and the Jags played, and Joe Burrow said to Lawrence, he goes, "Hey man, it gets better." And now this is his second year. I'm kind of wondering, do you think he could have that same effect as Joey B did and potentially lead them to the bowl? Or are you still saying, no, winning record's it?
No, winning record's it. The AFC's too good. I mean, really? A winning record? They might win the AFC South because that division looks so pitiful. I thought Indy would be really good, but no. Winning record is it. Like I said, and if Jacksonville wins this game, I'll feel really good about it. Now, if they get like a 9-6 win like they did against Buffalo, I won't feel good about it. But if they go out there and actually stand toe-to-toe and like keep it close, keep it competitive, I'll feel really confident about my pick. Anyways, Cunard, it's time to talk about the Arizona Cardinals. As I assume this is good. This is one of their most important games of the season. The Rams going into their house. So go ahead and take us away. Or going into y'all's house.
I'm at 5 on the Cardinals. We're coming off probably one of the most highest momentum games we could have possibly got between the last quarter of the rating. I think the team's starting to click finally. People are getting healthier. I think Rondell Moore will be back next week, my personal opinion. The Rams are still kind of that, are they 100%? I think we're going to catch them off guard with a lot of momentum this week and still win here. I think it'll be close, though. I think it'll be like a 27-20 game or like a 17-13 game. But yeah, our defense got 2 fumbles at the end of our last game, and that's always positive to see when we're not really supposed to have a defense. So, I'm feeling pretty good this week with 5 points on it, but I won't be surprised if we lose. It is a division game. They are the Rams, the defending Super Bowl champions. We probably shouldn't be winning, but I feel pretty good with this because we have so much momentum.
I have no idea what the line is on this game either, but I have 3 on the Rams. I don't know what either of these teams are. This is a toss-up for me. I feel like Arizona, is trying to get Rondell Moore back, waiting the D-Hop stuff out. The good news is Marquise Brown looked good last week. Dortch looked good. Arizona seems to be things going, and the Rams, they came out and stomped all over Atlanta, then Atlanta almost came back. I feel like both of these teams are still kind of getting in the swing of things. I got 3 on the Rams, but I wouldn't be surprised, especially if Arizona can throw together 4 decent quarters of football. I wouldn't be shocked to see them take this game at all.
Yeah, if we can throw together one great quarter of football and win. Hopefully we can win that way.
Well,
at least.
I will say this: the Rams do have Cooper Kupp, and he looks just as good as he did last year. I don't know if I like anything else on that team, but sometimes all you need is Stafford to Kupp. But yeah, I got 3 on the Rams, but I wouldn't be shocked to see Arizona take this at home. Like I said, I feel like this is one of the most important games on their schedule with the Super Bowl champs coming to their house.
The line is -4 Rams.
Okay.
And with that being said, I am taking the Rams with, let me get this right, 14 points. The Cardinals' offensive line is one of the worst, and the Rams run 5D line.
Always has been, baby.
More than anyone in the league, I think that's going to be a problem. If they had DeAndre Hopkins, maybe this would be different. I don't think that the Cardinals' offense is that great. I don't think they get Rondale Moore back this week. He didn't practice, and it was a grade 2 hamstring injury, so I think he might be out more closer to the 6-week mark.
I said next week. I didn't say this.
I thought you said they might get him back this week.
No, I said I feel like he comes back next week. But
anyway, that being said, I think Kyler Murray's going to be running for his life.
As always.
I think the Rams, they started off slow because they don't start their starters during preseason. They're started finding their footing. I mean, it's going to be Matthew Stafford to Cooper Kupp and mix in a little bit Allen Robinson and the rest of the team here and there, and Higbee. I don't see a world where the Rams win this, the Rams lose this, or the Cardinals win, honestly. So 14 on the Rams.
Dude, Asian's got the confidence so high. He's got Aaron Donald with Murray's helmet, Connor's helmet, and
I can't wait
Brown's
for you to
helmet.
use that much confidence.
I
Jesus.
would say that McVay is 10-1 against the Cardinals.
Oh, so he's Arizona's daddy.
And you know what? He's about to be 10-2 because I got
Uh-huh.
the Cardinals with 4 confidence points.
But is he 10-1 against the Cliff Kingsbury Cardinals?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Actually,
I'm just saying.
He can't be 10-1 against Cliff Kingsbury Cardinals. Cliff Kingsbury hasn't been around that long, has he?
2 games a year.
He's been in the league for like.
Well, didn't y'all meet him in the
2 or 3
playoffs
years.
1 or 2 of those years as well?
That would make sense.
I just.
Either way, 10-2.
I'm just Asian. Like I said, Asian's got Aaron Donald taking 3 helmets back to the locker room with him. That's all in a day's work. You got anything else you want to add?
Is Murray makes miracles happen. That's all I gotta say.
Murray makes miracles happen. So no.
How much did you put on the CM?
4.
On Arizona?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, for sure.
for sure.
We're split on that one. It's always fun when we're split. Alright, this next game, let's be real, nobody wants to fucking talk about this game. Atlanta's going to Seattle.
I have way too many points on this game.
Yeah, I do too.
Same here.
Actually, I want to talk about this, and I can paint you a picture for this game. Call it a gut feeling.
Okay, go ahead,
But-
Agent.
I see the Falcons coming out and just dominating the Seahawks in the first half. You got Kyle Pitts getting 7
Oh
receptions,
god, no. I know where this is going.
2 touchdowns. Drake London, 10 receptions for 90 yards and a touchdown. They're going to be up 27-6 at
No,
half.
I was gonna say 28-3.
And then the second half is going to happen. And that Atlanta Falcons team is somehow going to fuck it up just like they do. I am taking the Seahawks with 4 points, baby. The Seahawks is going to come back in the second half and beat that Falcon ass. That's my story time picture for you.
So
I have way too many points on this
I do
game.
too. I want to say this is the most points I'll have on Atlanta all season. I have
Same.
12 on Atlanta. I have 12 on Atlanta. I at least like what they're doing offensively. I'll say this, Agent. If your story has a big day for DK Metcalf, I might actually go and put him in my starting lineup. But
Hey, it's going to have to involve somebody for them to come back.
yeah, it'll probably be fucking Lockett knowing my luck.
Tyler Lockett.
But yeah, Atlanta has stayed competitive with the Saints, even though they did blow that game. Asian's picture happened against the Saints in that fourth quarter, almost picture perfect. And they almost came back against the Rams. I feel like this team can put up points. I don't think Seattle can put up points, so I got 12 on Atlanta, and part of it's just my bet with Diablo and I'll say this, and Kuhn ain't gonna want to hear this. I do think the Bears might have overtaken Seattle for the worst team in the league.
That's not what you're going to say at the end of this week, buddy.
But I do have Atlanta getting their first win of the year against the against the Seattle Sea Chickens.
So, I have 14 points on Atlanta beating the Seattle Sea Pugs, and I'm not confident. I'm very not, but I don't know where else to throw this fucking 14 bomb at. There's nowhere else I can throw this giant, meaty 14 bomb at and feel confident in. So staying right here on Atlanta and Marcus Mariota. I've been a Mariota stan for a long time. I'm giving him 14 points to win me right now.
I will
And
say,
god damn it, I hope he fucking comes through, because Lord knows I need him to.
I will say, when I pick up Atlanta defense, I'm feeling a lot more confident in the Falcons than I should.
I was feeling pretty confident in the Falcons. At least to the point of, Seattle sucks. You know what? I go Falcons. But after hearing Asian's story, I don't feel as confident, and I have way too many points in this game. I have 10 confidence. Well, not as much as those two. Jesus. I have 10 confidence on the Falcons winning this game. If I could go lower, I would. Yeah, your story kind of scares me. Your prediction.
Luke, can I paint you a story? Maybe I can convince you? Alright. Seattle goes up by 17 at half. And their offense starts to look abysmal. And Mariota starts to look hot. And he starts throwing touchdown after touchdown. Pitts in the end zone, touchdown. That's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna lie about it. Drake London in the end zone, touchdown. Mariota rushed another one in. Oh look, Cordell Patterson got one in. That's 3 touchdowns. They win the game at the second half.
Mook's like, I can see MVP.
Is the curse broken?
Huh?
But is the curse broken?
Is it?
The Falcons don't make the comeback. They're normally the ones giving it out.
Yes, but do you think the Seahawks make comebacks?
Well, they've already beat the Broncos.
That was a comeback.
Yeah, but it didn't have to be. I'm just saying that the Seahawks could still win this game.
I was trying to paint you a picture. You can say you don't want to take it.
I'm just saying.
Gino chucking and praying to DK and checking down to Lock. It might be.
I do like Gino though, also, so it sucks.
It might be enough to bring that curse out.
Listen. Yeah.
If in your story the curse is broken, I like it a lot better.
Yeah, the curse is broken.
I would say before we started, I did have 4 on the Falcons, but then I just had this gut feeling. I was like, wait a minute, it's the Falcons. They blow leads, and this seems like something the Falcons would do. So I switched. I was like, it's only 4 points, whatever.
All right, so now we get to talk about Green Bay going to Tampa. Rodgers going to play Brady. I mean, I put 5 on Green Bay. I do not see a world where Tampa has no Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin, no Julio, Russell Gage is your starter, you picked up Cole Beasley. Like, maybe Leonard Fournette comes out because Green Bay's run defense looks horrible. But Rodgers has shown he has a bad week 1, then he starts getting it going. There's no reason for me to think that they don't start spreading the ball around and are able to put up enough points to beat Tampa, who, like, I think if Brady had all his receivers, I think I'd be taking Tampa at home, but there's no reason for me to think that Green Bay can't win this, that Rodgers isn't going to put up enough points to keep up, because I think in Tampa's 2 games, they haven't hit 20 in either one of them. So, I got Green Bay with 5. Wouldn't be shocked if Tampa sacks Rodgers a lot and this ends up being another low-scoring win for the Bucs, but I'm going to ride Aaron Rodgers and his and his shaky receiver core and dual running backs until Tampa's healthy. So
Anybody want to go next?
I'll go last.
Go ahead,
I got the Buccaneers with 2. I mean, sometimes you just don't bet against Brady. Just sometimes, and
I will say, I assume the line is probably Tampa Bay -3 because they're the home team, or 3.5.
yeah, I like that they're at home. I think the D can shut down Rodgers, and I don't know. I just think Tampa Bay is gonna win. It's a home game for them.
I think this is going to be a very frustrating game for both of them. I think both quarterbacks are going to be frustrated. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know who he's going to be, or Tom Brady, I don't know who he's going to be throwing to. Aaron Rodgers has the better weapons. He has Lazard, he has Dillon, he has Aaron Jones. But that being said, when Aaron Rodgers gets frustrated, he doesn't play better.
It doesn't look like he cares about the game.
Yeah, he looks like he checks out in games that he's frustrated or
He did it against who did they play week 1? He did against week 1 and it looked awful.
Say what you want about Brady, he gets his team fired up. Mike Evans gets ejected, throws a punch at Lattimore, cheap shot once again, and his team comes back and wins. You can't bet against that. I don't think when it's that close in the team overall type of thing. So I put 3 on the Buccaneers. That's it.
Yeah, go ahead, Kuhn. I'm gonna add when you're done. I'm gonna add a little bit more onto this game because I do want to get y'all's thoughts on a few things.
I put 3 on the Buccaneers.
Packers along.
I originally had the Packers, honestly, but I changed it while we were doing this earlier, like while we were making the other picks. I changed it to the Bucs because the Bucs have a defense. As simple as that. I think this will be a close game, and I haven't even mentioned the secret weapon, Measly Beasley, come out on the field and getting dotted up by Mr. Tom Brady.
I was gonna ask how many targets do y'all think Measly Beasley gets? That was one of the things I was gonna ask.
I think he gets 10.
10?
I'm going big, going home.
I'll say he gets 7, depending on who's active. If Julio's active, I take that down.
I was gonna say I don't know if Julio, Gage, and I don't think Godwin's playing. I don't think Julio's playing. I don't know about Gage, but if all 3 of them are playing,
then 0.
I'd say.
0.
Oh, yeah, all 3 of them are playing. No, I'm just not. I'm like 1 or 2. If they didn't sign him to not use him.
Playing, I think he gets 5+.
I'll say this. I feel like if it's just Russell Gage and Cole Beasley, then I'm sticking with my 7, 8.
Yeah, I'm sticking with my 10 if it's just like Beasley and someone else out there. But I like I said, I like the defense. I think it's gonna be a close game, like Asian said. Rodgers gets flustered. When he gets flustered, he looks like he genuinely doesn't care. It brings down the entire morale throughout the team, and you can see it. When Brady gets flustered, he tries to fire up his team and get it back on track. So
I'll say this: Tampa has the better defense, for sure.
I'm going to say this. I don't think they're going to use Brady to win this game. I think it's going to be...
I think it's going to be a defensive win.
Well,
I think it's going to be a big Lenny game.
Yeah, because that Green Bay run defense looks terrible. But I will say, the Bears also did sack Rodgers, 3 times in the first quarter? 4 times? They were getting to him.
So...
I will say, like I said, I got 5 on Green Bay because they're just the healthier team. I will say, though, I would not be shocked if this becomes a game where Rodgers throws an early pass to a Christian Watson or a Romeo Doubs, and they drop it, and Rodgers just becomes Rodgers and only trusts his, Sammy Watkins and Tunyon the rest of the game or something. Or Alan Laser.
I agree with you. Packers are healthier, and if the Buccaneers quarterback was Matthew Stafford, I'd probably be taking the Packers. But it's just you can't like me personally, I can't bet against Tom Brady. I've seen it too many years.
Hey, that's a fair point. I'm just
Also,
saying,
the Packers' strength is their run game right now. The Bucks are a really good run defense, so
I'm just saying, I wouldn't be shocked if this becomes a game where one of the. It's because, you're going to the GOAT's house. I wouldn't be shocked if this was a game where, a Christian Watson or Romeo Dobbs drop something early, and Rodgers just had his attitude and said, well, I'm only throwing to Tunyon, Lizard Man, and Watson the rest of the game. Yeah, and the running backs.
I mean, that's what it basically was last time. He was only throwing to Watkins, Lazard, and the running backs, so...
But, like I said, I will stick with Green Bay. I will gladly ride that train alone.
I can see it go either way.
I kind of wish that this game ended up in prime time instead of the games we got. The Sunday nighter is San Francisco going to Denver. I got 4 on San Fran. Denver looks completely lost. They kind of need a get-right game. I don't think they're getting it this week. Shanahan, one of the best offensive coordinators in the league. I think Jimmy G... I thought the Niners would be better at the end of the year with Trey Lance. I think they're currently better with Jimmy G. They run the ball well. Denver hadn't put up over 17 points all game, and I think San Fran will put up 17. And, their weapons, they're probably getting Kittle back. He's practicing. I like the receivers. I wasn't big on Jeff Wilson Jr., but he did work last week, so...
My boy.
I got San Fran winning 24-14, and, it's mostly just my questions on Nathaniel Hackett. Like, the coaching staff has to prove to me that they can fix their problems before I can believe in Denver, because... when you have trouble against Seattle and Houston, when you're supposed to be this Super Bowl contender, there's obviously something wrong, and I feel like San Fran is gonna start looking strong. The team seemed to be really confident in getting back Jimmy G because he's let them there before.
Great minds think alike, because I also put 4 on San Fran. This is a get-right game for Denver. San Fran put me through heartbreak and turmoil last week when they decided to do dumbass play calling with Trey Lance and get him injured for the year. But I did go out. I picked up the man with the biggest chip on his shoulder, Jimmy G. I think Jimmy G's out here. He's going to be playing to prove that they should not have benched him and that he should be the starter. He's taken to the Super Bowl before, and I think he's wanting to try again. I think they're a really good team with him because they actually call passing plays. It's crazy. You should watch it sometime. Because when they had Lance, they refused to call passing play. But when Jimmy G stepped on that field, the whole team, you could tell how much confidence they had in him. They were all ecstatic that he was playing. Of course, they were sad Lance was out. But the whole team just seemed to gel so much better when Jimmy G was back out on that field. And I think this is a big game to win for Jimmy G. And this is a big game for Denver to win. I think Jimmy G is going to come out and win it for him.
Well, don't also forget, he was 1 game away from the Super Bowl last year.
Like, Jimmy G was never bad at quarterback, and they benched him. That's his whole
it's crazy that he still has something to prove with the resume that he has in San Fran.
They looked at the Mahomes strategy in KC and said, "Hey, they did it. We can do it too."
Except they played Lance like a fucking running back, and that trades Lance.
The second drive, Jimmy G come out and let a TD.
Hey, Craig.
Jimmy G looks good. He has throughout his career.
Did you give a score, Kuhn? I don't remember.
Well, score. Let's see. I did 27-17.
We both went 10 point favorites.
Well,
I mean, San Francisco winning, obviously.
Well, I think y'all pretty much said everything that needed to be said. I got 14 on the Niners, and my score is 28-10. So something's wrong with the Broncos, and
Yes, it's the fucking coach Hackett.
That's why I got 14 on the Niners.
Yeah, Nathaniel Hackett, I don't know what he's doing. He doesn't even know basic coaching, clock management and things like that. It's really hard to watch with an offense that is talented as the Broncos doing what they're doing. I do think there is a get-right game in the Broncos' future, but it won't be this one. I only have 5 on the Niners. But yeah, we'll take the Niners with the score 26-19. And I will say that the Niners defense should be very familiar what Russell Wilson can do with his time in Seattle. So Russ isn't going to be like a big shock to them.
I'm hoping Denver wins, but
I mean, yeah, I want to see Russ cook.
I mean, low key.
I just can't take it.
Chat, they said Denver wins because Wilson does his own thing. I would like to see Wilson do his own thing, but Denver has not let Russ cook yet. And that Monday nighter, a 4th and 5, in that Seattle stadium, where he's won games for years and years and years, and they choose to go for the longest field goal ever in that stadium instead of trusting this guy you're paying to get you 5 yards. Like, the play calling in Denver has been baffling, and it's hard to put confidence in Denver until they show that they have kind of at least fixed that problem a little bit. I think a win against the Niners would go a long way to prove that, because a lot of people have San Fran with Super Bowl aspirations. Was there anything else?
last on this next game, by the way.
Yeah. Was this? Was there anything else y'all wanted to say about the Sunday nighter? Are we good?
I was gonna say, I mean, I kind of hope Denver doesn't win. I put huge confidence points on this. Got my 14 burger, So I want to see Denver do.
I'm willing to lose 4 points for Denver to win
this week with that big old 14 on him.
No, I'm willing to take the loss myself. Putting 4 points on them. I'm willing to sacrifice that for all of us.
I'm willing to take the L.
I'm willing to take the L for all of us here, evenly.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm willing to take the L if we get the Denver that we are all expecting. It's like, look, in my city league, I have Russell. And I was expecting a Russell that was going to come out and cook and throw like 5 TDs. And no, I'm getting this guy that's putting up 11 points. He's like a superhero, but his offensive linemen have all sucked. Has Russ been sacked a lot? Is he He's not the problem, but the play calling is the problem, Nez. Hackett just don't look like he knows what he's doing.
Yes, he doesn't.
Like, they're just not letting Russ cook. I feel like they're paying the guy and treating him like he's Drew Lock. Like I said, I want Denver to hit that potential because I feel like in that division, he's gonna have to have games where he's throwing up 28-42 to beat the Chargers and the Chiefs and maybe even the Raiders at some point.
They're gonna have to hit that potential sooner rather than later. With us getting older,
because,
and the receivers getting lower, like years on their contracts. Like they need to hit it now or next year.
Because Jimmy G has shown like the win percentage on Jimmy G is ridiculous. It's like 75% or something like that. It's like Denver losing a 1-point game to Seattle and squeaking by Houston. I'm supposed to think that they can go in there and take what could be the best roster in the NFL from top to bottom. Like, I want to see the Russ.
The Bills.
Well, I said could be. I said could be. But I want to see Denver hit that potential. And like I said, I would gladly sit on the sword if they come out and just blew the Niners out. I just don't see that happening unless they get the play calling fixed. And because I'll say this, Javonte Williams looks good. Sutton's a capable receiver. Jerry Jeudy's a capable receiver. Like, I feel like Denver has the pieces. It's just getting the coaching right and getting on the same page. Everyone wants the Bills. I feel like it's more everybody don't want the Chiefs because it's been the Chiefs so often. I feel like whether it's the Bills or the Chargers, everyone would be happy if it wasn't if it wasn't KC deep into the playoffs. I feel like that's what everybody liked for Cincy last year. All right. But yeah, if nobody has anything else to add, Mook, we get to talk about your boys, America's team. I don't know why this is the Monday Nighter, but it's the Dallas Cowboys going to the New York Giants. The undefeated New York Giants.
Man. This game... I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be a little bit of a homer on this one. I put 6 on the Cowboys. We stole a win at Cincinnati. Well, they came to us, I think. I'm pretty sure that was a home game. And I'm glad we stole the win. But I think this is gonna be an ugly game. I think Saquon's gonna drop like 200 rushing yards on us. 2 TDs. You know, we're going to be ass against the run. Maybe Daniel Jones breaks off for an 80-yard TD. Maybe like an 80-yard TD. Or maybe something deep, you know. But I got the Cowboys winning this game 16-14. I think the Cowboys will put up 7 points quick. And then 3 field goals for the rest of the night. And the Giants will get probably like 2 Saquon touchdowns maybe with like 158 yards.
Dude,
I think the Cowboys just barely escape. And plus the Giants, they've been getting pretty lucky with their wins. A missed field goal by the Tennessee Titans. And I don't know what the second win is. But they probably got lucky.
You can't make a claim to not back you up.
I'm trying to remember who they beat last week.
Panthers?
Yeah, they beat Baker last week, Mook.
But Mook, I'll go next. You could have stopped that. You could have stopped that. We're gonna be ass and not continue on. Because I put 13 on the Giants, baby. Danny Dimes. That's all I'm saying. Danny Dimes.
That's all. Okay, that's all you're saying. Do you want to go last, Asian, or do you want me to paint this picture for you?
Do you want your story time to be the end?
It don't matter.
Man, why do I feel like I'm getting 2 stories here?
You can go ahead and go, and I'll
As much as you believe in Danny Dimes, and as soon as we start believing in Danny Dimes, he just proves that he's just not it again and again. And maybe if this, I don't know, I just have a feeling maybe if this was a 1 or 4 o'clock game, I'd be more on the Giants side. They are a 3-point favorite. But I just have a feeling that Micah Parsons and Diggs is going to show up for that defense in prime time and get at least 1 touchdown for the Cowboys. I have the Cowboys winning 21-20 with, hold on.
Oh yeah, my score was 17-7. That's the 1 touchdown you're talking about, Asian.
with two confidence points.
In the game. All right, so I'm gonna paint y'all a picture here. Now 11 from heaven, he does scare me, but I just see Saquon just continuing his good streak. I feel like he's gonna open up the passing game. I got the Giants winning 20-17. And here's the picture, right? The Giants at home, they're 3-0, they're feeling good. They go to Chicago next week, get a win against a feisty Bears team, become 4-0, and everybody's like, oh man, do we really have to talk about the Giants? Because after 4-0, it comes crashing down, and they end up winning only like 2 games the rest of the year. But I do have the Giants winning this week and next week, as it stands right now. I got the Giants winning 20-17. I don't believe in Cooper Rush. I mean, he has led 2 comebacks. He looks okay, but this is a big rivalry game. I have Saquon continuing his good time. Hopefully, Sterling Shepard gets involved. Danny Dimes has not thrown over 200 yards this year, but
hasn't needed to, baby.
But, yeah, they've been winning games, whereas Dallas, they did get a win against Cincy. And this could be a Parsons just gets back there and sacks Daniel Jones a lot. I just don't see Dallas putting up points. Like, I'm basically gambling that the Giants are going to put up more points than the Cowboys. Like I said, the picture is the 4-0 New York Giants sitting at the top of the NFC East, and we're all like, oh man, they're 4-0, but are they actually any good? And then I think that's where it'll come crashing down.
I will say for the stats that the Cowboys have won the last 9 and 10, and Daniel Jones is 1-4 versus the Cowboys.
That don't matter. That wasn't the Cooper Rush Cowboys.
That wasn't the Cooper Rush Cowboys.
I mean, when Dak got hurt, he came out and led the ending drive to a victory.
That doesn't count.
Look, Mook.
Valid.
And you know, and living in Texas. And living in Texas. If Dallas wins, I have to hear the Cowboys fans all week. And I'm sorry, man. What's up?
The one win that Daniel Jones did have was against Andy Dalton. Dallas.
Yeah, that has the Cowboys at their peak.
19-23.
Like I said, you know, I give the Giants the 2 wins, then the schedule starts toughening up. And Mook, you know, if Dallas wins, good. I feel like they're gonna have to win a few of these games to hold on till Dak gets back to have any chance. But oh man, it's just. Nope. I'll say this. I feel infinite times more confident if they start running Pollard more. But knowing Dallas, Pollard had a good game last week, so they're gonna overrun Zeke in the ground on prime time.
Let's go, baby! I need those Zeke points so bad.
You know, and
Zeke.
And you know, Dallas has I will say Dallas has a habit of shooting themselves in the foot on prime time. When was the last time?
Would be so benefited.
When was the last time we seen them on Monday night? Was it the Cardinal game last year?
I don't know. I don't try to keep up with Dallas. So I don't know.
I know that was a Monday nighter. I just don't know if they had another one. But we all know how the Cardinal game ended.
Very mania, baby.
Yeah, that wasn't a game at half, so.
You don't need to laugh.
And as far as most and least points, I took Buffalo for the most points because I just think that game's going to be a shootout, and I got the Bills winning. And fewest points, I got Seattle there just because it's Seattle, and if I don't know who to pick, that's probably who's going to end up there most weeks.
I got the most points on Minnesota because I think that Lions and Vikings game is going to be a high-scoring game with a last-second score.
You mean Minnesota, Canada?
And then I have the fewest scoring points on Carolina because fuck Carolina, their ass.
Most Buffalo and least Bear Down.
How dare you?
Most Buffalo and least Pittsburgh.
I mean, the 4 of us took Buffalo. I mean, I could have took Minnesota as well. I could also have taken Baltimore. There's a few teams here I think could be highest score.
Well, I think Buffalo, Minnesota. I think I have like 3 or 4 shootout games.
Dude, I put Seattle there.
I think Buffalo's just dominant. They're gonna come out.
I put Seattle there, but I could have put Chicago there. I could have put
Philadelphia could be there.
Who?
For most, Philadelphia Eagles.
Philly could be there too. I'm trying to see who else I could have put in the least. I mean,
Chicago is one of the highest scorers this week.
I could have possibly put Denver, Dallas there, but I don't. I'll give Russ the benefit of the doubt to not be the least scored team.
Could put Cincy there.
Nah, because I picked them to win.
No, highest.
No, it's the highest.
Yeah.
Could have picked the Bears to be the highest.
Nah, the Bears or Seattle easily take
the... Could have picked the Giants to be the highest.
Or New England. But I'll give New England the benefit.
Could have picked the Atlanta Falcons to be the highest.
I almost picked New England for lowest. I think it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah, I think do too.
I think New England always scores like 7 or 10.
That's why my 16 points is there. Oh yeah, also my survivor pick was Baltimore. Just because I like them this week, and then I don't like them again for 2 or 3 weeks, and since I only get 1 pick every week, and me and Asian are still sticking around. I picked Baltimore.
So
Also, does it let y'all still pick a survivor? Because on my end, it shows
No.
It just says
Well, Kai, after this week, you might be in Survivor on your own because I think I'm gonna take Houston because this is the only.
You're definitely gonna be on Survivor.
This is gonna be one of the only matchups I'm gonna like Houston in.
Bad pick, Asian. Bad
You probably
pick.
just not pick Houston all year because I think you only need to pick 20, either 4 or 6.
Look, I have no problem with Asian fading the Bears until they give.
Yeah, until this week happens and Millie gets the 3
Yeah,
touchdown pass.
If
Did you say you don't have to play every team?
Yeah, you don't.
You
Have to
don't.
every team.
You only need to play 24 out of the 32. I just counted.
Well,
At
then
week
come-
13, it starts doubling up your picks though.
Well, then
So
I'm
you
not. I thought you were gonna eventually have to use all these picks.
No. I don't think you do. It only shows one spot for 1 through 12, and then when you get to 13 through 18, they add another roster spot, which adds up to 24.
Look, until they give.
Man, you mean when this week happens?
I was gonna say
and
until they
start
give
popping off.
Herbert.
Well, then yeah, I'm going Baltimore.
Until they give Herbert the car keys, Coon, I have no problem
Herbert?
with the Bears.
I wish they had Herbert.
I meant until they give Phil the car keys, I have no problem fading the
Yeah.
Bears.
I can't
1,
wait
2,
for this
4,
week when they
5,
give him the
6,
car
7,
keys.
8,
No,
9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Theoretically,
14,
since I
15,
couldn't-
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It looks like 24. Yeah, it looks like 24. No strike still alive. Also, thank God I jumped off Pittsburgh or I would have been out.
If I were to give a week 3, since I can't choose my first 2 of
No.
Carolina, fuck Baker by the way, and the Lions, I'd pick the Cowboys this week. But that's
That's
just
a
me.
bad pick. Bad pick. Bad pick.
Who you picking then?
Yeah,
Or who would you pick?
Let's see.
Is
here.
it Bear Down?
If I had to pick.
Yeah.
If I had to pick.
I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not as much
And
as my
I would
job,
be
but I
going-
also like Minnesota.
With,
And I would say you couldn't use your first 2 picks either, though.
I would say Atlanta, possibly.
That's a
This
scary
is
pick,
the
too.
only week I think they can win, and I just want to get
You know
that.
what's funny? I'm looking at this, and more people have picked Seattle than Atlanta this week in the survival pick.
It's-
I mean, they
0.7%
got
on the Seahawks and 0.2% on the.
I'm trying to look. Is there a better pick here?
And both of them, the CX are projected more to win. Projected, you know.
Uh,
I mean, I went.
I mean,
Casey.
it's either it'd be the Bears or Atlanta.
I will say.
Try the Bears.
I will
Bear
say. It will make you happy to know that more people pick the Bears.
Yeah, I
than the
see
Texans.
this. They're intelligent
0.5
people.
and
They're
0.1.
smart. The population is smart in this case.
This week, the big team on campus is the Chiefs by far. Though 36% picked the Chiefs to the 0.02% that picked the Colts. The Colts have a couple
kinda-
supporters out there.
Statistics show the Bears are favored.
The Chargers got a pretty big one, too. 30%.
Yeah,
To Jacksonville's
yeah,
1.
Yeah.
There's Moose,
pretty-
there's Moose 8% right there on the Detroit Lions.
No. See, I don't get a percentage, but if it would have been on the, well, it would go up from 17, but
A decent amount of people like
From the
Cincinnati and
Cowboys.
Philadelphia too. I would be so scared of Cincinnati burning me if I picked them in survival, though. And I don't mind.
Get
the Philly
ready.
pick.
Our
6%
most
is
popular
good.
battery is
I know
even
the
more
Commanders can fill
powerful.
up points, but it's like the same with the
Yeah.
Lions, which is why I don't want those to be my picks. Like, you give me one pick. I'm trying to see. I mean, the Bears, 2%, that's like, yeah, that's number 6 in the votes.
Yeah,
So
because people know.
there's people this week that are like,
We're about to see the dark side of the moon. You're about to see it. And when you see it, there's no going back. He's going to be a dirty, dirty, nasty man on that field. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this move, Caleb?
Oh my God! His 7th touchdown of the day.
Oh
For
my God! He
700
just
yards.
broke Randy Moss's record.
also, I should say, well, we can end first. Is there anything else y'all want to say?
The dark side of the moon.
Well, I guess thank y'all for hanging out. This has been Pick'ems for the week. We'll be back next Wednesday. I guess I can go ahead and say it on air. Mook works till 11 like the next 3 weeks, so it's gonna be late podcast every Wednesday from here till they quit hating Mook.
God damn it, Luke. Come on now.
I know, I miss him getting off at 10 because it cuts into time to play Overwatch or do something with y'all.
Oh no, not Overwatch time. Oh no. That's too bad, man.
So I heard Overwatch. Are we playing Overwatch? I'm down
Alright,
for some
well,
Overwatch.
Like I
Overwatch.
said, like I said, you getting off at 11, it cuts into the time.
Yeah. Well, can't help it.
I think you said you do it like the next 3 weeks, so it means late podcast all 3 weeks.
Yeah, it might be that way for a while.
I hope not. I hope they just move you back to 5 to 10 with no questions asked. But yeah, that's all I got. Thank y'all for hanging out, and yeah, later.
Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty, Cunard.
Mhm.
I was gonna say, podcast in the bag. Are we doing anything?
I'm bear down.
I heard Overwatch was
Y'all-
thrown out
y'all
like
got
8
me.
times.
Bay Raiders gonna win this Super Bowl. I mean, I'll be real. I don't mind the Raiders. I just that division's gonna be tough to come out of. And starting 0-2, they're gonna have to get it figured out quick. Like I said, the Raiders, they just gotta figure it out in the red zone, honestly. Like, they get down there and they come away with no points. But I personally like Derek Carr more than most. I feel like that man has lived with controversy his whole career. But no, y'all got me for about an hour if y'all want to do something.
Well, I heard Overwatch was thrown out like 10 times.
Well, I'm down to play Overwatch. I just need to know if we're doing it.
Bro, why do you have to wait till Friday for this trade to go through? That is so
Cool. Hey.
Tim, are you joining this week?
What's
Huh?
up?
Are you joining Overwatch this week?
So in my bank account stuff is right.
It's not.
You
League,
can.
We're not League of Legends, so probably not.
Well, I haven't really been playing League of Legends a whole lot lately. Playing this has mostly been Genshin because I have to do everything so quickly.
Were you not part of the? Were you not part of the Wolfie League experience earlier?
No, I was. It was only like an hour or two though.
Fair enough.
But yeah, like I'm not playing it like I was with Tay, like 8 hours a day.
Well, I seen Tay on earlier, so I feel like y'all would be if Tay had that kind of time available. But sadly, with college, he doesn't.
Well, also with like Play Up and stuff, I've been playing a lot of that and playing games with Pluto, getting back into Genshin, getting Pluto back into Genshin.
Ah, yes, me and Pluto are hunting monsters tomorrow. I'm excited.
I'll play some Overwatch though, yeah.
I mean, look at it this way. I got about an hour, and I got to get some sleep for work. I'm honestly pushing it at an hour, so...
Well, I'm on.
Alrighty,
Yeah,
I gotta take a quick, 2-3 minute break to.
Don't fall in.
Well, I don't need to use. Okay, I actually.
Don't fall in, Caleb. It'll be okay.
I do need to pee, but I.
Oh.
I
See
won't
ya
be-
on PlayStation.
Don't fall in, Caleb.
Bye.
But alright,
It's
y'all.
dangerous.
I have to hook up the PlayStation. If y'all were only here for podcast, thank y'all for hanging out. If y'all want to stick around and watch us, very average Overwatch.
I'm a god at Overwatch.
Well, Coon's a god at Reinhardt. But
I'm a god at
I'm a
Overwatch
god at
entirely.
and I know
Overwatch.
I gotta hook up my PS5 though, and I will be right back.
Oh, you-
Let's see here. We'll give y'all the normal BRB screen. Won't give y'all any of my cringeworthy ones. So yeah, just a heads up. I think tomorrow we'll finish Bun Bun World 2 and probably play some Monster Hunter. That'll be the general plan. Alright, how are we? How's Mook's internet holding up?
So far, so good.
What can hide from my sight?
I'll kill you. I don't have
Mook's in
any of
this
you
game.
left, buddy.
Oh, hello, David.
No, because we don't have the thing.
Just Mookie in this game.
Well, you don't have PlayStation Plus. Well, it's not working, so.
Did you say it's not working?
No, I'm talking about Joey.
Oh, okay.
What did you say, bitch? Why are you calling yourself a bitch? You just be quiet so you can get a bell, right? You be quiet so you can go to sleep too, then. Bro, if you don't stop talking, you're not gonna get any sleep right now.
Enemy needs.
I mean, if you get up though, you won't be able to sleep. I agree, you should.
Oh, that guy switched to Doom.
Oh! Get stunned out of your all and
That guy
still
switched to
die.
Doom because you kept wrecking his Hanzo. He wasn't happy.
Oh! Oh, look, guys, please!
Was that enough, Leonard?
Yeah, I'm just trying to do it.
Okay, look again! No, look! Bro,
I'm sorry, you talking back there again, bitch? Bro, shut the fuck up and go to bed. I will beat the shit out of you, bro. Bruh. Go to bed. No.
Got you in my sights.
Enemy needs. No one can hide from my sight.
There's no shot.
well, I
There's
figured I
no
could
shot
win that.
he tried to run down a Roadhog. I wish I was like that with Roadhog.
Why is the PlayStation Store so buggy? What is down?
How come I feel like Mook has the most kills on this team?
Enemy needs one kill.
Well, that wouldn't be a fact because I am the only one that can.
Get ready. Our most popular battery is even
I was
more
11 for 6, gold everything, 4 solo kills, gold healing, gold damage, and again there was no healer, so I should be gold healing.
It is not letting me pick.
It said
Okay.
you're offline on my screen. It said you've been offline for 14 days.
Is everything working, Coon?
Yeah.
Coolly. Oh.
It's in the middle of giving me my power back.
Alright, we agree toe pictures for that, right?
Hell no. You can find toe pictures on the internet somewhere else, bud.
You know, as a third, excuse me, as a third-party representative, I can confirm that toe pictures were involved, or well, they
You
were
can
said.
confirm, yeah, you can confirm D's, buddy.
I was asking. I was
Interesting.
in
I'm well
Paris
aware of the
chat
law of
asking when we're
D's.
getting an Asian and Coon version of those videos he was watching last night.
Which ones?
He was watching reaction videos of exes playing fear pong, where you either had to take the drink or do the dare or answer the question underneath the cup.
Oh yeah, fuck all that.
It was a lot of like, do an imitation of your ex's orgasm noises and faces.
Dude, whenever I got to Paris stream, it was literally a girl in her thong and bra shaking her ass on a fucking ping pong table. I'm like,
Is that
what in the
TOS?
fucking... I'm like, what in the fucking softcore porn did
Well,
I
you
just
know,
walk
if it's not,
into?
then we won't see Paraflyer for 3 days. Yeah, he was watching these things, so I was like, well, we're raiding Paraflyer because he's watching some cringe shit for y'all to get down on.
Yeah, no, I left after the death battle.
Yeah, that's what.
Well, he got into some interesting stuff afterwards. I came back and literally it was a girl with her booty out.
I had him on lurk while I was sitting here crushing Kaiser levels.
Was she blonde hair, blue eyes?
I was
One of
sitting
them
here.
was.
I was sitting here
that makes
crushing
sense,
Kaiser
honestly.
levels, watching Paris stream in the background. I was like, well, Paris watching interesting stuff, so enjoy, team. Also, when I said give him a minute, I was in a partner stream talking about the breakdown after Twitch's announcement today. The
Which
revenue
one?
announcement.
Oh,
They
what did they do?
basically said that they're like trying to drop everyone down to 50-50. And basically,
What is it right now?
no, it's
70-20?
50-50 for affiliates, but certain partners have 70-30. And they're like, so they're like,
Oh, so
they're like
just
trying
get
to
more
say
money.
they'll pay the 70% up to 100K, and then they're gonna drop them to the 50-50 that everyone else is making. It's saying
They're
you
capping
can.
it.
Oh, I agree it's dumb as well, but they're paying more for ads now. Like, basically he was saying, he's like, I want to give Twitch the benefit of the doubt, he goes, because he had like a little pie, he goes, this is what I used to make off ads. He was basically saying now 40% of his revenue comes from ads.
Prepare to attack.
If they make good on it, but it's Twitch, so they probably
So
won't.
he's like, I'm willing to take it out. He's like, because honestly, I'm making more money than I've ever made. That was the first
As
thing
long
I
as they're
seen
not,
was
like,
watching
fucking
Pooh
people.
say, well, this is the end of Twitch streamers if they go through with this. They're like, because what's the incentive to be a partner if you could just take the 50-50 affiliate and stream wherever?
This will heal you.
Do you remember the days of Overwatch when Kuhn was convinced he wasn't a Reinhardt main?
Attack.
I'm like, we used to beg Kuhn to be Shield. He's like, oh,
Yeah,
I don't play
dude.
Shield, I hate Shield, fuck Shield.
I don't play Shield
Yeah.
to be fair. I play Reinhardt.
And then after we would lose like 5 games in a row because our tank sucked, he'd be like, okay.
Dude, who's the best healer on our
You and
team?
your colleagues discredit the field of science. I
Me.
want nothing to do with it.
Who's the best player on our team?
Me.
2, 1. Attack commencing. Escort.
Just going to Erden.
I'm
Might
gonna say,
catch
dude,
him
did our
off
fuck...
Oh, God, someone else.
Let's get you back out there.
So far, the tanks are doing
They
pretty
got
good.
a Widow. Yeah.
Widow, up top.
Yeah.
The battle continues.
I felt good.
You needed a doctor?
I'm gonna back up towards them.
Damage and don't let up on them. I'm taking care of them.
Oh, brother.
I'm though. Beat the wall. It's Caleb with a K. Oh my God.
I want to get to you, I just can't.
I need you.
Got you, brother.
This is not the end.
GG behind, on point. He's out, right room, right side.
They switched to go to double shield. They pushed off Og.
I love how our teammate's name is Jake and Bake. That's actually an S tier name. We got a Genji to our right. Genji behind Kuhn.
He's irrelevant.
There's a. Asian's the only one on cart.
Well, you guys are popping off.
Totally died just to keep teabagging them. There's a bait though, watch this. Told you.
Guess what, Coon? You live. This was a 100% good use of an ult, chat. I kept Reinhardt alive, like.
Oh, I got melted.
Man, I had to hit the button and I got
I thought I could
melted
hear
by
the
that
bomb
soldier
go.
ult.
They popped 3 ults here.
Did you like the use of my ult, Coon?
Yeah, wait, as soon as he res me, I just did 180 and pinned Lucio.
Yeah, I went to ult and I just started pumping hills into you.
Yeah, fuck that Lucio, he did.
Soldier's right.
Your shield, your thing is useless if I just walk get ahead of me.
Oh, I'm dead. I got fire strike through the fucking double.
Warning.
I hurt you, Sam, man.
I got you,
Coon's
dude!
back.
Give me some ult charge. Oh, Risa!
Oh god.
Okay, I pushed him back. Trust. Trust the process, like the 76ers.
They got a Hanzo. I don't know if they've had him, but I
He's
hear
up
him
top.
somewhere.
He's top left. It was the Genji.
Got him. There's McCree finished him. Got you, Asian. We got double hills.
Don't worry about what I did.
Did you just solo shattered a Lucio?
Don't worry about what I did.
That soldier got me from solo. We pushed carts, so it don't matter. My camera's off.
Look at this beta on the ground.
My camera's off because I disabled it for podcast. It's alright though. Bam. I can't run my camera in both Streamlabs and in Streamlabs and OBS at the same time. So
Oh, Arista popped ult?
Yeah, she
but no one
really
else
early
he
for
trying
no
to save
reason.
point and just fell.
No.
Nobody was on
She just
point.
recently
Yeah,
popped
for
it.
no reason.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
What the hell blocking? Dude, am I amazing blocking?
That's where McCree's at, okay. Yeah, I didn't notice he was above. That's okay.
Hold on, there's a bee buzzing up here. Get out of here, Wolfies, man.
Oh, I hooked him too.
Heroes never die.
Alright, who's winning the Reinhardt sweepstakes?
Enemy turret ahead.
Fuck you, soldier.
Oh, damn. So
Dude, if
close.
soldier didn't pop that ult, I would have got you.
Let's roll Reinhardt ult.
A healing bill of health.
Oh my god, hi everyone.
Join up with me.
Here.
Did he just teabag you?
Oh, is he teabagging on you?
He did. It's because he's been getting teabagged all game. I'm surprised he knows the circle button, honestly.
Be careful, you don't have the rest of the team with you.
I am the team.
We got rid of Thor's turn.
Enemy turret neutralized.
Cauldron is just go back to Wolfie. He's missing you.
Let's keep it moving.
Got soldier.
High
Oh, I just got booped? That's dumb.
Big male. Big male. Maybe not that big. They all backed up, but...
Oh, I got him off for it.
You're... Oh, so you're ballsy for that.
60 seconds.
Oh my god, I got killed there?
Back in the fight.
Asian, is there any way that you can make it back?
I got ult ready.
Right beside you. Mercy in the Reitschaftsdienst. We need to keep the payload moving forward.
We're gonna have time for one more push.
Alright. We need to get that piece of shit off the
Soldier
top side
down
of
on
the
the
map.
bottom going around. I'm gonna have ult. I'm sticking with Junkrat at the moment, who's also gonna have ult.
Healing stream engaged.
Actually, let Junkrat do his thing.
I'm better. I'm dead because I made a fucking ult with fucking everyone.
I got you! Soldier behind!
Oh my god, not this.
Starting over from the beginning.
He won, don't worry.
Dude, I threw a heal orb at you and and it
Yeah,
still wasn't enough to save
I
you.
got pulled into the Zerail, and I'm the only threat as a DPS on the team. So what they did is they all focused me, knowing that the rest of their team's gonna tickle them.
Select your hero.
There we go. Everything should be good now. Sorry about that, y'all. I didn't have the delay set up. Thank you, Wolfie, because I wouldn't have realized it. I may go Baptiste if we start getting bullied. That went well, though. I think that went pretty well for the most part. I probably should have went Bap towards the end to give us a little bit more off. That soldier was an issue.
Yeah, none of our DPS were an issue for them, so you know. Except for me, obviously.
Oh.
You should be at peak performance levels.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
This our McCree kept separating from the team, so it's like, well, what do you want me to do if you keep separating, dude?
Where did you hide your treasure? You could hardly have it on your person.
Alright, Hanzo's gonna beam the shit out of someone here. What are you doing, Hanzo?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Oh, that's not very nice.
Oh, I'm on the other end!
Oh, brother.
Yeah, I did not know they had a widow.
I'm dropping
Yep.
down.
Oh god. Oh god.
Gotcha. I got Asian back too.
Damage boost engaged.
Oh.
Hanzo, I can't just group up. Yeah, I can't just group up with you and the rest of the team is like.
Freeze, top left.
I can't just group up with Han. Like, I was with them at first, and then I came over because y'all needed extra help.
Yeah, they're pushing the payload. I can't help you in your 1v1, sir.
I mean, I would have liked to keep him up here, obviously.
As long as I don't get antied, I'm fine. Okay, well.
The 3 behind.
Let's get you back in the fight.
We both sweat for the same thing, though. It's
3
fine.
behind still.
McCree back here. Okay, cool, we got him.
That is all huge on Arthur.
I don't know, where did Hanzo go? He's dead.
He's dead. What do you think? My fault. There's something on the right, soldier.
Oh, Ryan's still gonna be.
I made him pop hills. Oh, fucking ball, man. Oh, please say that's big. Ooh,
Nice.
Riptire? Okay.
Hi, bitch. Yeah, man.
I'm not up there to give Coon Hills, Asian, but I'll be there.
Oh my goodness, brother!
I'm better. Teabag him.
Oh.
Get into position.
Remember where he died, bitch.
I'm taking care of you.
McCree's up top.
Up top? Oh, he's dead now. Cool.
Healing stream engaged.
Oh god, y'all want to go on a hard.
Damage boost engaged.
Where are you going, Hanzo? Am I gonna die for this?
A hard flank?
Ah!
That's working.
He did. Okay, that's fine. He only got me. That Hanzo did want a hard flank, by the way.
Modern medicine.
My shield was gone, that's the only reason I did. Oh, he missed that? Wow, he's ass.
Oh shit, Coon, I'm about to be to you, dude.
30 seconds remaining.
Right
McCree's behind. Target him, just fuck his ass off. Oh my god, I'm dead.
Yeah, I was out of juice.
Oh, you're dancing!
Oh, I'm letting you said doing things.
Dude, how many stuns does the McCree have?
Just one.
What?
He only has one son.
He just used it twice!
Good shit, Mook. Mook, we need to back up, bro.
Took him the whole time length to get that, so I'm not worried.
Damage boost engaged. Healing stream engaged.
Look off in the sky. It's
I am
a
like
bird.
a little.
It's a plane. No, it's a Reinhardt. Well, that didn't work out.
Did he just try to high noon you?
He wanted to reload. Oh my god, that was so stupid. Thank you, Asian. He did it to reload.
Heroes never die.
Oh my goodness. Hey, I'm coming the fuck on.
Oh, that is.
Ryan,
I did not just get put to
Reinhardt
sleep, bro.
put me all the way back.
At least with your big name wireless carrier.
Also, I did not realize this switch to easy.
$30.
No dying on my watch.
I didn't realize there's 3 of them on point.
60 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they got a lot of people on point.
The payload has reached the chip.
Behind Reaper.
My ultimate is charging.
Up top, someone's up top.
McCree.
All better.
Dead.
Oh my god, not the Reaper. Oh.
Wow, that was a silly.
What the hell? We'll see.
This might be a GG.
Never mind, he's dead.
Nice, that's huge. Without Reinhardt, we got nothing. Focus Reaper, dude, he's just really showing pain. I would like to use Zarya's charge now, dude.
60 seconds.
Oh my god, they all got booped over.
They're behind!
Yeah, they're flanking.
They got behind, they got booped up. They got booped up.
Alright. Watch out for Reaper. Zarya hurts too. Oh my god.
What?
No.
I was on that point, thank you. Well. Sag.
Easy, what do you mean?
How dare they give it to this bitch? Oh, you got the playoff of Reaper, yep. Crazy.
Damn, that was a lot of healing.
I have way too much damage.
Are you trying to say you had way more damage than you needed?
Yes. I think I was at 17k. I also had gold, obviously. I mean, I'm not higher.
I try keeping y'all up, man.
Yeah, no, I really got
I actually had a decent game.
Ah, yes, Buster's favorite skin.
Traveling to
Oh, fuck, man.
I had a decent game. I think I was maybe a little bit under 50% of my hooks. Which ain't the best, but good for me.
Oh. Oh. Daddy chill.
Call me crazy, but I'm feeling Winston.
Oh, we're dive calm.